I love this one. His name is Bijou. He's an interstellar being from Andromeda, and he has a very bright looking nose because there was a orb here that teleported him onto the site. With the naked eye, the only thing that was seen was this sphere that came up right beside my shoulder. He's sort of doing this, floating. He's in the air maybe 5 feet up.
Welcome to the Grouse and Gazer channel. My name is Klaus and I'll be your host. Have you ever heard the adage, if you need something done, then give it to a busy person? Well, that describes the author of today's book, Extraterrestrial Contact, The Evidence and Implications, written by that busy person, Dr. Stephen Greer. Dr. Greer is a trauma room medical doctor, an event organizer, the founder and international director of CSETI, and briefs presidents and senior executives of the military and three-letter agencies on our intergalactic visitors. Should he have any spare time, Dr. Greer trains friends in the protocols and engages those friends in CE5 visitations, which will be explained later in the video. Sir, is there anything else you'd like to add?
When I was 8 or 9, I saw one of these objects, broad daylight. There was a beautiful, seamless disc in a blue sky, back when the skies were very blue. And I was with some boys in the neighborhood, and we saw this, and I went, oh my God, they're real, we saw a UFO. Now my parents said, oh, well, you're just a kid. But I became completely absorbed in this. So my interest in this goes back to my childhood. The Disclosure Project was an accident of history. In 1990, I formed the Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence to form a diplomatic corps to make peaceful contact with these civilizations. Because once you conclude that they're real and they're of interstellar origin, the next question is, what are we going to do about it? And so I concluded what we should be doing about it is not militarizing the relationship, but having sort of a citizens diplomacy effort, much like the Physicians for Social Responsibility. So we started a set of protocols to make contact. And sure enough, we had some spectacular successes. When I was 17, I injured myself. I got so infected. And at the time, because I was very poor and I didn't have any health care, I just laid there and I got sicker and sicker and sicker, and I had a near-death experience. I found myself out in deep space, and it was this experience of complete oneness with the cosmos, not just with Earth and life on Earth, but with the stars and the infinity of creation.
Should you feel that Dr. Greer's claim to have an NDE is too incredible to believe, I would like to ask you for your indulgence of 30 seconds to present several more examples of near-death experiences. Anita Morjani died on the operating room table after organ failure due to cancer. During her NDE, she was flying around the cosmos having conversations with her deceased father. Anita was told she would have a quick recovery, and after she regained consciousness, was cured of all traces of cancer within weeks, as confirmed by her physician, Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. Dying to Be Me documents Anita's experiences. Colton Burpo, at age 4, had an NDE due to a ruptured appendix. He was flown up to heaven by an angel to meet Jesus and God. Colton also had conversations with his spontaneous aborted sister. His parents were floored by his stories that he told, so Dad co-authored a book titled Heaven is for Real to tell Colton's event. Dr. Eben Alexander, MD, a neurosurgeon, had an NDE due to E. coli meningitis. An angel guided him through heaven where he met God as well. Dr. Alexander's NDE caused him to reevaluate his beliefs due to his scientific training and wrote Proof of Heaven to document his experiences. Peter Baldwin Panangor had his NDE while hanging from a rope, suffering hypothermia, off the side of Lower Weeping Wall in Banff National Park in Alberta in the middle of winter. He found his way to heaven and pleaded with God to return him back to his body because his mother needed him to look after her. After being rescued, Peter attended Yale Divinity School to become a priest and write Heaven is Beautiful. Thank you for your consideration. Now let's get back to extraterrestrial contact. Dr. Greer provided us with new insight to ufology with the introduction of non-biological life forms. During his analysis of intelligent life forms, the non-biological life forms present themselves in a physical body like a hologram, such as astral body projections. Even astral or light beings can be separated into two types: earthly origin, such as deceased humans, and non-earthly origin, such as deceased extraterrestrial biological life forms, or those of the astral realm. The abilities of these astral and biological extraterrestrials are simply astounding, such as telepathy, to be able to send received thought from one intelligent being to another, precognition, predicting future events, postcognition, perceiving past events, remote viewing, perceiving past, present, and future events in distant places, dream state abilities, interaction with all those listed above, intuitive knowing, knowledge on a subject without any previous training, non-traditional healing abilities, healing without technological means, levitation, telekinesis, movement of objects via the mind, teleportation, transporting objects via the mind, transmutation, transforming objects into something else, bilocation, being in two places at the same time, materialization, dematerialization, appearing and disappearing, OBEs and NDEs. The above abilities are even present in humans, since we are biological intelligent life forms as well. Your abilities are dependent on your level of consciousness. Dr. Greer confirms that the interstellar visitors are friendly, and it's important to keep in mind the visitor's perspective. After exploring various topics, Dr. Greer always provides short anecdotes. Here's a CE5 participant telling us his story regarding exactly how friendly these interstellar visitors are.
I had hearing loss, from high school. I would avoid parties and social settings where lots of people would gather together because it was uncomfortable not to be able to hear. Got to my room and I felt this draw to go back out there. So I got up and walked out, and I saw this red light out in the middle of the desert about 300 feet away or so. I connected with it right away. I could feel it. I knew that it was aware of me and that it was indeed the thing that was calling me. So I invited it to come and hang out. At one point, Daniel heard me talking to this red orb, and he couldn't believe it either. He went and got his camera and took a short video clip of this red orb.
He said that for the next 45 minutes he had a communication with them, and at the end of the conversation he said, "Do you think you can do something about my hearing?"
Got some sleep, and when I woke up, I went out to breakfast with some of the people in the group. I had hearing aids, and they weren't with me at breakfast, and it was a very emotional event for me to discover that I could hear everything everyone was saying at the table, and not only at my table, but at tables away from me. And I haven't worn my hearing aids since.
Dr. Greer is familiar with the entity that returned Ed Moen's hearing, and named the entity the Healer because of its remarkable healing abilities. I ask you, was the Healer friendly, or would you describe it as compassionate? Interesting character trait in an astral being. Our next guest helps us keep in mind the need to maintain the other person's perspective.
I was asked by Klaus to tell you my story. In 1990, I was 11 years old. I was flying down a rural North Carolina road on my bicycle when a car sped over the crest of the hill and smashed directly into me, crushing my chest and abdomen. Miraculously, I did not seriously injure my head. Paramedics were rushed to the scene and quickly transported me to a hospital. I was told that my blood pressure was falling, and the staff only had minutes to establish intravenous lines and decompress my chest injury. There was no time for general anesthesia, and in order to survive, I had to endure emergency procedures while awake. Despite the doctor's assurances and explanations, I was terrified, as needles probed me and a chest tube was put into my chest. I protested violently and was scared, quite convinced that the staff meant to cause me harm, pain, and suffering. I hated them.
The 11-year-old child considered the medical staff as demons, just wanting to torture him, but the staff only had the child's welfare and survival in mind. Any alternative treatment was considered to be fatal. Did the doctors torture the young boy? No. Now let's dive into Dr. Greer's Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Astronomer J. Allen Hynek developed the scale to identify the types of human ET encounters. From his original 3 categories, a 4th, more controversial, has been added, CE4. Even more controversial, Stephen Greer added a 5th kind of encounter, CE5. Human-initiated contact. So, how is this done?
We are back in Rachel, Nevada with our first 2 distinguished guests. Stephen Greer is a North Carolina doctor. He does a lot more than watch the skies. He fires off messages, and he says that someone or something is responding. Dr. Greer is looking for close encounters of the 5th kind. What, at this minute, do you believe?
Our assessment at this point is that there is at least one extraterrestrial civilization which has managed to make its way to our corner of the universe. And number 2, that there's no evidence at all that they have hostile intentions towards this planet. And number 3, that the priority at this point must be trying to establish some sort of a liaison to them, some sort of a diplomatic liaison to them, and that's what we're working on.
This is our signature tones that we broadcast over a small walkie-talkie. They were recorded in a crop circle. What happens is the extraterrestrials, they come into the area where we vector them in with the signature tones that we broadcast. Then it enables them to home in and get a real good fix on where the site is while we're setting up.
The whole concepts of the crossing point of light, the physics of consciousness, and interstellar communication all were developed on a kind of a vision quest we did here in 95 or 96. And we asked these extraterrestrial civilizations to join us as they begin to learn of us, to help us, and to understand us, even as we endeavor to understand them and welcome them here to this beautiful planet. Namaste.
Oh my God, another beautiful, stunning, absolutely stunning. Not an airplane.
Oh, here comes a military plane, very quick. Yeah, there's a very fast military. Okay, they're gonna go. Oh. It turned right to it. Yeah.
Literally, my heart literally sunk when the jet, you know, got to where the craft had to phase out. Yeah. And like to feel all that love build, and then to feel that jet coming in, and it was like on a heart level, my heart literally sunk when the jet crossed the path where it had to take off.
The philosophical basis for the CE5 initiative are: 1. UFOs are real. 2. They are under intelligent control. 3. The beings controlling these spacecraft will interact with humans in a peaceful, non-hostile manner. And 4. The human engaging will respond in a mutually non-threatening manner as well. Logistics, technology, and economics are not required for such an engagement, but only human will, vision, and motivation. One only needs to be free of fear, with peaceful intentions, and with an open mind. If you want to hear more about what Dr. Greer has to say, more about CSETI, or becoming an ambassador to ET beings, you need to watch the grouse and the closing credits. All information will be provided. Now, what's the grouse?
Grouse? What grouse? There is no grouse, just a way to go. Normally, I speak to the viewing audience, but today, I'd like to give a way to go to Dr. Stephen Greer and his team. Extraterrestrial Contact, The Evidence and Implications is an amazing book. Its length is more than 500 pages, filled with explanations, anecdotes and issues, sightings and landing cases from around the world, CSETI projects, government cover-ups, letters to presidents, senators, congressmen, and other important people, and unclassified government correspondence. Follow the paper trail as provided in his book. There is so much detail in Dr. Greer's book that one of his chapters, only 16 pages in length, was made into a 1-hour, 43-minute video. In fact, Steven Tyler of Aerosmith is a fan of that video. Let's see what he has to say.
Have you not watched Unacknowledged?
What is Unacknowledged?
You gotta watch Unacknowledged.
What is that one?
Okay, you gotta watch Unacknowledged.
What is it?
You gotta watch Unacknowledged.
Thank you, Mr. Tyler. The link to Unacknowledged will be in the credits. Dr. Greer, your book is an encyclopedia on ufology. Thank you for your time and effort to create such a compilation of knowledge. You get another way to go for your CE5 Contact telephone app, available at the App Store. It gives you an introduction to CE5, background to CE5, networking locations of other members, a CE5 guide comprised of assembling a team, finding a location of your CE5 encounter, equipment for the best results, meditations, coherent thought sequencing presentation, and things to look for. Way to go! You have a website that everyone can access, information on conferences, CE5, and CSETI all in one site. Way to go! On your YouTube site, you have tons of podcasts and videos, everything that a ufologist could want. I can never say it too often. I thank each and every one of you for all of your time and effort that you have put into the projects. Please stay tuned to watch the credits so that you'll know where to find your favorite Dr. Greer video.